Hello, hello, hello. It's Attorney Mike. I'm coming to you from Chicago. As usual, I've got so much stuff tonight. You guys, I was behind, and I have so many suggestions and so many good things, and all the stuff is probably old, and everyone else has already done it. I don't even know. I guess what I'm trying to say is,
oh man, I got to get together.
so we have a bunch of stuff. One of the things that I just got. This is good. Somebody sent it to me, but it was too late. The stream went down. But this is from YOLO. Check out the center. We got Judge, and just to the right of center, we've got Zach appearing as, I don't know, a mouse, a rabbit. I don't know. But I love me some Yellow Court. And there we have it. That's all I have, because it's all I've got is a still shot, because that's that. All right. Meanwhile, who else do I have? I do know I have Kristen Hooper. Natalie sent me stuff. The big clip from Judge Boyd. I can't find who sent it to me, and they gave me timestamp and everything, and I know them. Tell me who you are in the chat. Let's get this thing started, shall we? There's lots to do here.
For the community. This is why we got running around in the community. People waving knives outside of Walmart, assaulting and resisting and obstructing police officers, previous felony convictions, tweaking out with a knife in front of Walmart. And he can't be bothered to show up for evaluations for better part of a year.
Okay, well, I'll take
the
Washington County Public Defender to represent you in this matter until further order of the court. Go ahead with your actual appearance, Mr. Feaster.
Thank you again, Judge. Horseshoe Feaster, Assistant Public Defender, appearing on behalf of Mr. Buckner.
All right. Mr. Buckner, my understanding is that you've not had a chance to speak with the public defender yet. Is that correct?
What?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. I didn't understand you.
I said I don't need to speak to no public defender. They can't help me.
Okay. Well, do you know why you're in custody and what the proceeding is about today?
I know exactly why I'm in custody. I've been kidnapped by the United States of America for fraudulent charges, according to UCC-1-308. That's why I know exactly why I am.
Well, that's not why I think you're in custody. Let me tell you why I think you're in custody. I think the state of Indiana...
The way that you think I'm in custody, I'm not worried about it, because like I just told you, Judge, I'm sick of these racist motherfuckers in Indiana.
Okay.
Michigan.
All right. So I'm gonna let you know this, sir. You have a choice. We're either gonna conclude the hearing. It's an extradition hearing, or I'm gonna adjourn this. What do you want me to do?
Conclude the damn hearing.
Okay. Well, concluding the damn hearing includes that you understand and acknowledge what's going on.
I understand everything. But
okay.
I understand everything, but I do not stand under you in this matter.
You do not what?
You asked me, I understand you. And I said, I do not stand under you in this matter.
Okay, well, based on that, it leads me to believe that you really don't understand what's going on, so we're going to adjourn this to next Wednesday. So I'll see you back here next Wednesday. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, and Family Violence, are y'all ready to go on his motions? No, I mean the pretrial motions that he gave everybody yesterday.
Brittany's upstairs talking with
Because the jury is going to be here at 9:45.
You caught me. I got married in Cuba. Watch out for this. I mean, Judge Boyd gives them a talking to. This goes a while, but she is on fire throughout.
Yeah. Thank you, Judge. Just want to go to PSI.
Okay.
We're ready whenever you are.
Oh, Who is
It
the
ain't so.
state on Taylor?
So, criminal trial.
Okay. All right. And could you have Taylor come up?
Yes. Alonzo, come on up, please.
All right, court is calling 2022 CR 6828 State of Texas versus Alonzo Taylor. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state,
Jason Deerhead, Your Honor.
for the
Greg-
defense?
Greg Gamer for the defense.
We are here for,
Gamer,
could you spell your last name for the court reporter, please?
yes, D-E-S
This starts
is
poorly.
in Sam, M-A-R-A-I-S is in Sam.
Thank you.
Sorry about the S.
So we're here for sentencing today. You entered a plea on March 29th of no contest, and you applied for deferred adjudication according to the plea bargaining agreement.
I don't know how many appearances I've done involving Judge Boyd's courtroom, but I haven't seen the same handbag twice.
Punishments be assessed at a cap of 5 years,
I'm just
and the
saying.
state is silent on your application. All right, have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Any objections to the PSI report?
No objections, Your Honor.
All right, defense?
Your Honor, I'd like to say a few words and then call Alonzo and his mother up if that's possible.
Yes.
So the first thing, Judge, as you go through this PSI, the thing that sticks out is criminal history, obviously. This young man just turned 20, April 8th. And as we just talked out there, I'm saying you're the perfect candidate for probation because of this. You're at a crossroads. Your life is going to be defined by what you do from now on. You've already made this thing as since a 12-year-old, if you go back with those ages. He does have certificates for construction that he can work. He does have a job. He does not have any dependents. I've talked to him about his alcohol and drug use, and he's saying that is not happening.
All right, if you drug tested today, what are the results going to be?
Under.
Okay.
All right.
Whiskey 77, by the way, I got your clip. I might do it at the end. Depends how I feel. I don't know if I've got that long in me. The two brothers.
Kind of dirty. You said
Thank
kind of dirty.
Dirty for what?
Marijuana.
No, it's not a marijuana, I think. You know what you were using. So what have you used? Let me put you under oath. Can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
He said probably or kind of dirty. She was not pleased. She was not pleased. She is now getting into the bottom of it mode.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand. You're going to have to speak up so the court reporter can hear. So what are you going to be dirty for?
Marijuana.
And what else? All right, before we continue, I'm going to want a UA.
Yes, Judge. All right. They're going to give you a UA. Do we need
Yes.
to?
His attorney is excellent, and he's just like, oh, I can't save you from that. I can't save you from what you just did in front of Judge Boyd. It's a dumb thing to do anywhere. You done picked the wrong judge to do that in front of.
Oh, they're going to have. Oh no, they're going to have somebody come and give him a UA.
And we'll continue. Judge, may I run around to some other court real quick?
Oh,
Yes,
call
you
him
can.
right and
How long
dirty,
is
all
that
right.
gonna take? About an hour?
Oh no. Oh no, they're going to do a UA. Are you prepared to go now? All right, so they're going to do a UA very quickly.
Ruh-roh is right.
All right, and state on these pretrial matters.
Brittany's on.
In Texas, it's still illegal. Derek White has a great song of that exact title.
Oh, Greg,
Yes.
don't leave because he's doing a UA right now. Thank you. All right, thank you.
Thanks for the great clip. Thank you, Chad. We need the Jeopardy music while we wait for him to pee here. Covert, I saw you in there talking about doing ties now. If we do ties, we have to do cartoon Mike repeated as a pattern. I think that'd be cool. The question is, can I wear that tie? and I show up to a court appearance with the Law Talk with Mike tie on.
Okay, Charles Blunt just sent me a photo of him at Cafe Du Monde and his food.
Do you tell him that he has to show up in court right now?
Yeah.
I'm not happy with him on very many levels.
Yeah, I'm just like, come on. It's just like if Brittany's in Hawaii and she sends us a photo of her on the beach or something. I'm like, can you have kept that to yourself? Yeah. It's like, come back later.
I got enough aggravation.
You got that right, Kelmarie. You got that right.
It appears that Greg is talking to the mom outside.
Oh, good Lord.
Yes. Oh,
Wait.
I love. Oh, that is so awesome.
Thanks, Covert, for fixing up my merch.
Okay. But here's the thing about Cafe Du Monde. Okay, since you know I love Paris and I'm there all the time, I have become a connoisseur of hot chocolate because you know I don't drink. So for my birthday, believe it or not, I've only been in New Orleans like maybe once. So we go on a girls trip and they take me to New Orleans. They're like, we're going to take you to New Orleans. And
No,
since
that
my
would be
birthday
cool.
is November 2nd,
That'd be cool.
we end up going there around Halloween time because we have to come back for court.
Yeah.
So we go, they're like, you need to try the ruby slipper. I think it's ruby slipper or red slipper and Cafe Du Monde, right? I'm not a big fan of a bunch of powdered sugar for my breakfast. So I just take a little bite. I'm like, and then I'm like, I want the hot chocolate. So I have the hot chocolate. And you know what I tell them? I'm a connoisseur of hot chocolate. I'm like, this is carnation hot chocolate. I can tell the fake marshmallows that have been freeze dried. I'm like, so their hot chocolate is not the best.
Oh, that's funny.
So Cafe Du Monde, there's some real hot chocolate. When you go to Paris, guess what? It is like you are drinking. Like somebody just melted some chocolate and you're drinking. And it is the best. They don't even put marshmallows on it.
Like 1,500 calories a sip or something.
No, it's easy, 6,000 calories. Easy.
Pokemon is good.
Where's this at?
Stop it. Beignets
Well,
are
I told him I became a connoisseur of hot chocolate. And at Cafe Du Monde in Louisiana,
Oh, are you kidding?
that's carnation.
It is.
That is not real hot chocolate.
Don't even forget beignet. I mean, those two things should be.
Oh, I guess I should whisper it because I'm from Louisiana. Beignets. It's too much. I mean, it's powdered sugar. Even when I have pancakes and I want the buttermilk pancakes, I have to tell everybody, I'm a country girl. No powdered sugar. Don't give me this IHOP nonsense where it's stuck because then you're just eating a cake.
Well, we're in the interlude.
I want whipped cream. If you
I'm told it's Judge Manning's birthday. So a big shout out and happy birthday to Judge Manning because we all love her. I don't know. Put a one in the chat if you love Judge Manning and to say happy birthday.
That was, and I hate, God, I hate this. He's on what's a dick pussy, going back and forth between texts with one another, and I never want to hear it again.
want to put some fruit on the side, sure. But I just like hot maple syrup.
I like that.
Yeah. So, Vashawn, do we have results?
Positive for taste.
Okay. All right. Let's bring him on out.
THC.
What?
Do you have a base level or what?
No, they
Positive
can't
for
give base
THC.
level.
Come on, Judge. I'm working with thin air here.
I know, and you're a teacher too.
Oh no.
About to teach.
Yeah. Well, sometimes clients don't tell you everything.
Well, no, and I talked to his mom about that. So
Okay.
mom's right here.
All right. We're back on the record. So when's the last time you used marijuana?
About a week ago, it was a candy bar.
Okay. You're going to need to speak up. Right now is not the time to be too cool for school.
It was about a week ago. It was a candy bar site. My boys are just kind of deeping it up.
Right. So why are you doing marijuana when you know you have sentencing and you know I could send you to prison for 5 years? Because I'm sure your attorney will tell you, and I'm sure the state will tell you, in this court, age is just a number. I'm not going to treat you like a child because you're not a child. You're in adult court. I don't know why people want to use some drugs before they come to court and then try to throw themselves on the mercy of the court. State is silent, but you're here for a serious offense where you could end up going to prison for 5 years. And I will tell you this, if you end up going to prison for 5 years, it's not your mom's fault. It's not your attorney's fault. Because I'm sure your attorney probably already told you that I always, well, not always, but usually ask for a drug test. And
She didn't say it, but she basically gave her the Manning, it's a you problem.
all you had to do was come into court clean today. And if I were to send you to prison today, which I haven't made up my mind on that, it would be entirely your fault because your criminal history is just insane for someone your age. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So what are you doing with your life?
Well, I'm not gonna say that, in the past that, it was a regret because jail kind of did help me out, I had problems. It helped me.
Oh, wait, let's do this. Let's stop saying after every sentence. I want you to concentrate and try not to say A lot of people come before me and they say, it's like, well, like this and like that.
Okay.
Your attorney is also a teacher, as am I. And I will tell you, he does not like his children saying, it's like. So let's try not to have that when we speak.
And if you drop a token, you're going away right now.
All right. Go ahead.
Well, I went to school for, construction. Yeah, and it's always been like, type of dream job, sorry, it's just how.
Can I ask him a few questions, Your Honor?
No, I want to.
Okay,
I want to hear him.
Well, I went to construction for about 3 years for the school for construction. I got my ACCR, my OSHA.
See, it's hard, and I'm doing this not to make fun of you, but you have to learn how to speak, not like you speak with your friends.
Oh, wait for it. She's just getting warmed up with him. She gets after mom too.
Because this is a professional setting. And when you go do job interviews, people are not going to want to hear, it's like, So concentrate on not saying those things.
Stop it.
It's for the betterment of you. So concentrate, not saying that and not saying, okay, and it's like. And I want you to stand up straight and I want you to stop mumbling and I want you to speak so I can hear you. Because I'm trying to make a decision on whether or not to send you to prison.
Yes, ma'am.
So go for it.
I went to school for 3 years for construction. Since then, I got my ACCR, OSHA, and my level in carpentry, cabinets and stuff like that.
And do you have an opportunity for a job?
Yeah, I have an opportunity to job. I have a neighbor that does construction. So
does your neighbor know that you're doing marijuana?
Yes, ma'am.
You're telling
watch him back this truck up.
Me that your neighbor wants to hire you and your neighbor knows that you're doing marijuana. Tell the truth.
No, ma'am.
Here's the other thing. Do not be dishonest with me. I do not like when people are dishonest. You cannot do construction and use drugs.
Know who he thinks he is, talking to anybody like that? Your Honor, listen, you're going to agitate me if you lie to me. I saw you.
You do, something's going to happen. Either there's going to be an accident at the job, and I have relatives who do construction work. I have relatives who drive. Anytime there's an accident, the first thing they want them to do, whether it's their fault or not, is take a drug test. And if there were an accident at a construction site, they would have you take a drug test. You would be positive for marijuana like you're positive today, and you would be fired. And they would be looking at a civil suit because someone is on their site using drugs. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you living with your mother?
Yes, ma'am.
I know she doesn't want drugs in her house.
Yes, ma'am.
Can I see his mom?
Absolutely. Ma'am, come on up.
Peter.
And you had
Yeah,
requested her, Judge, I
Yes.
made sure she wanted to be here as well.
Thank you.
You might just remove your mask.
All right, can you raise your right hand for me, please?
Yes.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm the
That's what
testimony
she
you
meant.
give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
All right, if you can lower your mask and state your name for the record.
My name is Tracy.
All right, and are you his mother?
Yes.
What does he spend his day doing?
Well, just normal, sleeping. He goes and helps me with Ubering.
How does he help you with Ubering?
He delivers the food.
Does he have any friends over?
Not really.
Does he have a
No.
curfew?
Well, he has a GPS on, so he doesn't get to leave. He's just gone from 2 to 10, and then he's at home. I don't really have any. He's different. He's calmer.
Does he help you clean the home?
He does. He cleans his room. That's the most important thing. Is keeping his room clean. That's what I care about. Is every kid can clean their own room and wash.
I doubt that, but that's not what Judge Boyd was looking for.
Don't own dishes. That's great with me because that is the most important thing. Is if he can make sure he cleans his room, because I know he doesn't make a lot of the mess that's in the kitchen. It's not him. But when he does, he's very good at cleaning.
Yes, it's her angel sonny boy. He doesn't make a mess in the kitchen. I know. Yeah, you know, I had a mother. I've got news for you, and Judge Boyd knows it. Boys can get away with murder with their mothers. These are facts. We love them for it. We do.
He's different.
All right, who all is in the household?
So it's me, it's Lonzo, my 3 other kids. My friend comes around once in a while, but he doesn't live there, but he does.
So are the people in the home just his siblings?
Just his siblings. His girlfriend comes, but she doesn't stay. She just
And I'm
comes.
hoping she's not in a bedroom with the door closed with him.
Yes.
Oh, that needs to stop. I don't know how parents do it today, but what I can tell you in my household when I was growing up, number 1, there were no boys in bedrooms.
Yeah.
Number 2, they were only in common areas. And number 3, they had to call before they came.
Right.
And when my grandmother would babysit me, my aunt had a boyfriend to come over. And you know what ended up happening? He overstayed his welcome. And you know what my grandmother told him? No one is going to come into my home and try to outsit me. And she put him out from the common area. Now, he hung around, and now he and my aunt have been married for like 30 years. So I guess he was like, I'm going to take what your grandmother is dishing out. But he should not be in a bedroom with a door closed with his girlfriend. You know why? Because 1, he's not ready to have a child because he's using marijuana. He has all this criminal history. And any mother who would allow a girlfriend to see someone with the baggage he has when he doesn't have his life in order, I question that mother.
Preach it.
And he may end up improving his life, but the way his life stands right now, it's chaos. It's chaos with the GPS. It's chaos because he's looking at 5 years prison, and you have some girl coming over in his bedroom with the door closed. That equals possibility of children. And are you ready to be a grandmother from him?
No, they both take care of themselves to the point where they are
No,
not
they
having
don't.
kids.
They're young.
No, they don't.
And young
Exactly.
children tend to do dumb things, whether they have been raised by Mary Poppins or not. They still do dumb things.
Yep.
And I'm just going to be honest with you, right? I don't understand how parents allow children who are not married to come into their home and treat their home, as my grandmother used to say, like a hotel motel.
Oh, but it is.
That should not be happening. And you know why? Because it sets a bad example for his siblings.
Unless she just wants to send
And
them.
then
to
your home becomes a hotel, motel. The only difference is they don't have to pay for it.
Very true.
So that needs to stop. Do you understand?
Yes, I understand.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, here is your choice. I can give you deferred adjudication. If I give you deferred adjudication, if you are revoked, you're going to be looking at 10 years in prison. Or I can send you to prison for 2 years and you will be done. Which would you prefer?
Adjudication.
Right. And what I can tell you is Deputy Laura tells me all the time that she doesn't know how people do probation in this court, because probation in my court is difficult. Because if I give you probation, I want you to be rehabilitated. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. The court is going to sentence you to 5 years deferred adjudication. There's a $1,500 fine that will be probated. There should be proof of employment within 30 days. There should be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. There should be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Regular UAs. I'm going to want him tested for levels. Those levels have better start going down. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And is this girlfriend you have, is she using as well?
No, ma'am.
Another reason why she shouldn't be with you. It sounds like she doesn't use drugs, but you do. And then you have these criminal cases and you've just been placed on deferred for felony in possession of a weapon. You need to ask yourself, why is she with me?
Thank you.
And if it's because she sees something in you, you need to ask yourself, what does she see in me? And the fact that she's taken a chance on you, you need to start doing better. He's going to remain on GPS. I'm going to want a curfew. The only exception to the curfew is if he's at work. So he's going to be in the home by 8 p.m. And if he's not working on weekends, he is to remain at home on the weekends. So there will be no partying for you.
Your Honor, if I may. So the construction job with his neighbor that he was talking about, he was saying that how is that going to work with GPS? Because I don't know if that person, well, that's what we need to find out. We need to talk to him and see if he can arrange a schedule.
The problem we have with the GPS, it's on a school campus and they go around military bases.
Mm-hmm.
And they do the roofs.
Oh, we'll figure it out.
Figure it out.
Yes.
Get ready for tough nuggets.
They want you working. Okay, they want you using your craft. But you also got to show this court that you're going to be doing what you need to do.
All right. So it's partial GPS.
I get it.
All right. It's partial GPS for employment. I'm going to want field visits 1 time per month. 200 hours of community service restitution. Probation. Is there anything else he needs?
Yes, it's 8 p.m. to 6 a.m.
No. He. My understanding, he's going to be working throughout the week. So he doesn't leave the house till 7 a.m. and he's back at 8 p.m. But if he's at work, then he can work.
And Judge, I appreciate your thoroughness. I just need to make sure he understands this. You're saying if that construction job, if he cannot have the GPS, you're saying then he cannot work that job. Is that what we're saying?
Well, let's just see. I don't believe in crossing bridges until they're built.
I agree, Judge.
So let's see where we are on that. And then if there's an issue with that, then he can come back to the court. And this court, to be successful on probation, communication is key. So if there's an issue, talk to the probation. If you're not able to speak with probation or you feel like they're not addressing your issue, then come to court and address it with me.
Very good.
But the issues on the construction job side is not with this side. That's the reason I haven't been able to work yet.
Okay, I don't understand what you're saying.
The issues on the construction side, that's why I haven't been able to work yet.
Like, what is the issue?
It's the monitor, me being around, gotta be on school campuses, military bases. It just doesn't look right in the field.
So you need to talk to that boss and see if that's a no-go. In other
Yeah,
words,
I mean, get some big boots. Get some big boots on. Pull your pants leg over the GPS. Here's the reason why you're on GPS. I don't just put people on GPS. Sometimes people who are on probation, they get taken off of GPS. The reason why you're on GPS is because you are not even doing what you're supposed to do with this hanging over your head. You knew that I could send you to prison for potentially 5 years, and you chose marijuana over having a better shot at not going to prison. And I'm going to want a TAP evaluation. Oh, that is true. What are they recommending? All right. What I'm going to do with you, I'm going to want 90 sober meetings in 90 days. And those are all over the city. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you able to stop using marijuana, or you need some type of intervention?
I'll be able to stop.
All right. Probation. Is there anything else? Is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful? Speak now or forever hold your peace.
I'm concerned about the job. You know, it's kind of my dream job. And
No, wear long pants. And I've said it. I'm going to say it again. And maybe the marijuana is clouding your mind. But this is what I'm telling you. Wear long pants. Wear bigger boots. If there's another issue where the construction job is saying you cannot wear GPS to work this job, then that means that bridge has been built. Your attorney can come back to me and we can address it. But if they are saying that construction, you can't have that with construction, you're going to need that person to come into court or either do an affidavit with your attorney or directly speak to your attorney to say construction cannot be done with this. Do you understand?
yes, ma'am.
All right. Showing you what's entitled trial court certification of defendant's rights to appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargaining agreement, because I followed your plea bargaining agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
sorry.
Yes.
Just one more. Thank you.
So my son passed away. So
How long?
it was 4 years ago, but I wanted to do something with my family for his birthday, and that's this Saturday. And I wanted to find out if that would be okay.
Where are you
All
going
right.
to go?
LaShawn,
We're going to the Live Oak Park. And
okay. Can you make sure that they're allowed to celebrate her, I won't say celebrate, but acknowledge her son's passing and that he's allowed to attend? So Saturday, if whatever their plans are, he's allowed to attend.
And as far as the monitor, so I completely understand why you want to have the monitor and I'm not. But I will tell you that Alonso's been to a lot of interviews, and so it is very difficult to wear a monitor and people want to give you a job.
She says to a judge that has people on monitors every freaking day. Let it go.
And so his friend was explaining to him too, because I overheard the phone and I overheard you say something too, and it made me think about something. Because a lot of people judge something that they don't know the whole story about. And that's an unfortunate thing because we've been dealing with this for a very long time, and I'm still dealing with this. And this is one of the things that have caused a lot of problems for Alonso.
All right, here's the thing. I understand what you're saying. I'm internalizing it, but I want you to understand something. He needs structure. He doesn't have structure. And I am not trying to question your parenting skills, but this is what I see. Parents are trying to be
Oh yeah, you are, Judge, and we're with you.
friends with their children. They're acting like their friends, their children are their friends and adults. You're not technically an adult. You know why? Because you can't take care of yourself. You're living at home with your mother. You're using her home as a hotel room, and she's letting you use it as a hotel room. You've been having issues since you've been a juvenile. We got the resisting arrest and search, criminal trespass, criminal mischief, unauthorized use of a vehicle, failure to identify, another resisting arrest, search and transport. I'm ignoring that because that was taken into taken in consideration. And then you've been to TYC before. And you know what that tells me? That tells me a little bit that, one, you need structure. And Mom, you are not his friend, you are his parent. And you need to start laying down the law, because otherwise he's going to end up in prison. And if you violate the conditions that I've set for you, what's going to end up happening is you could be looking at 10 years in prison. Here on out, everything that you do in your life, every decision that you're making, you need to ask yourself, is this something that could result in me going to prison for 10 years? If the answer is yes, don't do it. If the answer is maybe, don't do it. Because what I can tell you is, and
Agreed.
Deputy Laura will tell you, Deputy Mejia and Ms. Abrams will tell you, at some point in time, when people violate conditions in this court, they always end up getting caught. You may not get caught the first time you violate it, but ultimately you end up getting caught, because I'm serious about probation coming out doing field visits. And when they do, and something happens, you know what ends up happening? I receive a motion to revoke. And when I get that motion to revoke, if it's in proper order, I check the box and a warrant is issued. You are picked up by the police and you are taken into custody. And either your mom makes bond for you or she does not. If she doesn't make bond for you, you are brought over in orange after having been at the jail with other inmates, sharing toilets, sharing clothing. And then I hear your motion. And if it turns out that it is true and I find it's true, then you're looking at 10 years in the prison. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So your mom is allowing you to do things that she should not be allowing you to do. So you're going to have to check yourself. I don't know if that's something that young people still say, but that's what they said when I was growing up. You're going to have to put yourself in check, because your mom looks at you. Your mom loves you. Your mom looks at you as still as her little boy. You're an adult. So if you love your mom, you're going to have to start doing things appropriately so your mom doesn't have to come to court begging you and not seeing the fact that she has a son who came to court for sentencing and you're using marijuana. And you're probably using it in her house in the form of candy bars or whatever. And you're in the back room with your girlfriend having sex or whatever. And you're going to end up, if you continue on that vein, you guys are going to forget something. And you're going to end up bringing a grandchild into this world for her, and she's going to end up caring for it. And that grandchild is going to be stuck with the father who has all this history, who doesn't have their life in order. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so probation will go over conditions with you.
Thank you, Judge. With the excuse.
Yes. Brenda, Sierra?
Good morning, ladies. My name is Tanisha Jeffers, and I'm going to be magistrating you all this morning. First, we're going to go over your general rights. You have the right to remain silent. You are not required to make a statement. Any statement you do make, however, can and will be used as evidence against you should your case proceed to trial. You have the right to retain an attorney. You have the right to have that attorney present during any interview with any people.
This one is just interesting. There's an interesting case in here. Defendant actually runs their mouth but says something legitimate that the judge tries to help her with.
Police officers or other attorneys who may represent the state. You have the right to terminate an interview at any time. If you are indigent and cannot afford an attorney, you have the right to request the appointment of an attorney. You have the right to an examining trial, which is a pre-hearing if you're charged with a felony. You will be given a reasonable time and opportunity to consult with an attorney, and you will be admitted to bail if allowed by law. Do you have any questions, ladies, regarding your general rights? All right, thank you. Next, we're going to go over the 4 main ways to be released from custody.
There's no try about it, Bill. She sold them to you.
First way is to post the full amount of your bail in cash or with the cashier's check. That is the full amount, not a percentage or a payment plan. That money is kept on deposit with the sheriff's office until your case is resolved. Once your case is resolved, those monies are returned to you. The second way to be released from custody is by hiring a bail bondsman. A bail bondsman will, in general, charge you 10 to 15% of the bond amount to obtain your release from jail. Any fee you pay a bondsman, however, is non-refundable. When you are back at the post, you will be given access to the different phone numbers of different bail bondsmen, if that is what you desire. The third way to be released from custody is by qualifying for personal bond. A personal bond is essentially your promise to return to court. The fourth and final way to be released from custody is by hiring an attorney. An attorney can obtain either a surety bond or a personal bond on your behalf. Additionally, any fee you pay an attorney to get you released from custody will oftentimes go towards your total legal fees if you end up hiring that attorney to handle the rest of your case. That way, you do not have to pay twice. Regardless of how you get out of custody, make sure you return for all your court dates or warrant will be issued for your arrest. Do you have any questions, ladies, regarding the four main ways to be released from custody? All right, thank you, ladies. Next, we're going to go over your individual charge and bond amounts. First, we have Danielle Rogers. All right, madam, you have been charged with a Class A misdemeanor violation of protection order. The range of punishment on that type of offense in the state of Texas is up to 1 year in the county jail and a $4,000 fine. That bond has been set at $5,000. Do you have any questions, madam, regarding your charge or bond amount?
Yes, ma'am. That's my fiance and we lived together, and the judge amended that like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and we didn't have the paper to show the cops. There is a piece of paper that she amended it because we live together. We have a 1-year-old baby, and I am the one that takes care of our baby. And we got into an argument, but there's no physical, there's no anything. And she amended that to the 200 yards to be taken away. And
yeah, stop talking about your case, please.
To communicate and talk to each other. So we didn't have that paper to show them, and somebody's not updated the system. So they arrested me. He tried to stop it. My fiance couldn't find the paper. Like, I shouldn't be here because that was amended and they were just doing their job.
Well, it says that the condition that was amended says he's required to stay away from this residence. Is that what you're referring to?
Yeah, that is taken away, like the 200 yards to stay away from the residence was taken away, and it was amended to don't speak harassingly. And that wasn't done.
Stand by. Let me see if she can pull it. Hold on.
But they couldn't find it in the system, and
Stand by, madam.
Okay.
Okay, so she's saying there's a amendment to the bond conditions or order. And the judge is like, okay, if that's the case, I'll look at it. I'll listen to you. And she goes hunting around for it. So this I thought was actually kind of interesting. I didn't expect it to end in the death penalty. Oop. Okay, it doesn't. Well, this crowd's already used to the cuffs, which is nice. Naughty Mike. Okay. The death penalty was more of a red herring than a spoiler. Thank you, Karen. I didn't know we had this gap.
Absolutely. Stay safe out there. We appreciate your service.
All right, we're back.
Appreciate yours. Be careful driving home. Start behind.
Thank you. Ms. Rogers, I'll get back to you in just 1 second. Next, we have Ms. Jones. Thank you, madam. Madam, you've been charged with a third-degree felony assault family violence. The range of punishment on that type of offense in the state of Texas is a minimum of 2 years to a maximum of 10 years in the Texas Department of Correction and a $10,000 fine. That bond has been set at $7,500 plus a TSS family violence class. Do you have any questions, madam, regarding your charge or bond amount? Are you requesting that I appoint you an attorney this morning to help you with this case? All right, so ordered. Take care of yourself, madam. Next, we have Anna Kelly Kiley. Is it Kiley?
Yes, ma'am.
You have been charged with the same thing, a third-degree felony, injury to a child or elderly person. The range of punishment is the same, a minimum of 2 years to a maximum of 10 years in the Texas Department of Correction and a $10,000 fine. That bond has been set at $5,000. Do you have any questions, madam, regarding your charge or bond amount?
Not really.
Right. Are you requesting that I appoint you an attorney this morning,
That can
madam,
be
to help you
awkward.
with this case?
Yeah.
All right, so ordered. Take care of yourself, ma'am. Okay, Ms. Rogers,
Yes, ma'am.
they pulled the original paperwork and that was not removed, unfortunately. So
Well,
that's what's on the
My
email.
court date with my judge, my lawyers, Michael Candelas, and my court date with my judge was 3 weeks ago. And that's when it was
Modified? And what judge was it?
she's a really nice lady. I had a miscarriage, and so she understood what my
Was
like
it,
I
was it
had
Judge,
raised to.
I'm sorry,
First-
was it Judge Malhotra in court 4 or someone else?
Yes, or third floor. I went to court on the third.
Wait. Judge Jeffers. I mean, this is. I didn't see this part. This isn't. I mean, she said she has a miscarriage, and the judge was really nice about it, which is a sad thing. Okay, I'm not laughing about that, but I'm laughing that inspired an actual guess from Judge Jeffers. She's like, I think I know what you're talking about. Oh, good Lord.
Or third floor.
Okay, well, I'm going to tell you how to handle this. All I have is the original order signed by Judge Myerson. So you say you have an attorney, you're going to be given access to the phone right now. All you need to do is call your attorney. If he can show that that was modified, then the judge that comes in after me, if I'm no longer here, Judge Vigorito, will remove this and reject these charges. But we just don't have anything showing that that's what has occurred since Judge Myerson entered this order. And this order was entered on April 16th. Now, 3 weeks ago is definitely more recent than April 16th, but we just don't have a copy of it. So you're gonna have to have your attorney bring that on over to us. We're in the same building, Blackwell Thurman. We're just in the basement level. If he can bring that, I'll reject these charges and release you. But I need some verification. I can't take your word for it. I'm sorry. I actually need the court order that Judge Malhotra or whatever judge you saw signed. If I can get a copy of that, then yeah, we'll let you out of here.
Okay.
Okay? You know how to get in contact with Mr. Gonzalez?
Mr. Candelas, Michael.
I'm sorry, Canellis, my apologies.
I might ask my fiance. I'm just going to call my fiance. He's going to bail me out either way and then reverse it and fix it.
Well, I don't want you to have to use any money if you don't have to, right? So you will be given access to the phone. You'll be given the phone book. If you look Mr. Canellis up or have your fiance do it. I'm here until 7:30. So, I mean, plenty of time for him to come down here and present me with something if that's what he has. Okay?
Thank you so much, Judge.
You're very welcome. You can also tell him, some attorneys will send me things electronically via DocuSign. So if he can send it that way, if he's not able to get here in the next 2 hours, then that works as well for me.
And what's your name, Judge?
Jeffers, like Jefferson without the O-N.
Judge Jeffers. Okay.
All right. I'm sorry. But yeah, at this point, until we get something, it's a Class A misdemeanor violation of protection order. Bond has been set at $5,000. I have appointed you counsel this morning. I will leave this on my desk with the understanding that Mr. Canellis may be calling me in the next 2 hours.
Thank you, Ms. Jeffers.
You're welcome. I'm sorry, madam. Take care of yourself. All right. Officer Mueller, I apologize. I've kept you over. Thank you for allowing me to get those 3 women done.
Andy,
thank you for your service this morning, madam.
Yes, ma'am. Bye.
Okay, I'm feeling it. I got this sent to me by Whiskey 77. I have not seen it. let's give it a go.
Twenty 1010, State of Kansas versus Mark Adam Lee Fry. Driving while suspended after a prior conviction. Driving without vehicle liability insurance, second within 3 years. Failure to yield at a stop or yield sign. Driving while declared an habitual violator. These charges were incurred January 27, 2020.
I don't know what's going on yet, but we've got Jay Regier here. We've got Darren Patterson. We've got Judge Webster. It's got to be good.
23. Then we're here on 2022 TR 2962. Defendant driving after being declared habitual violator on 9/9 of 22. And appearing as before, Jared Regier for the state. Mr. Patterson appearing for Mr. Fry, who again appears in person on both cases. Now, I understand that he has, remind me on this, folks, he has one more misdemeanor?
Probation violation. Probation violation.
Okay, so is that, okay, one more misdemeanor or a probation revocation?
Judge, he does have a probation violation case in 22 TR 2969.
Okay, so that's the driving while habitual case. It's not actually set for control.
Your Honor,
Mr. Regier.
In that case, my notes indicate that there was a first appearance on the warrant to show cause last week on the 19th, and my understanding is that was before Judge Hart, and the matter was continued to August 14th at 9.
Okay, I'm sorry. Say that again. When he was in front of Judge Hart, that was the first appearance on a warrant to show cause.
That is my understanding, Your Honor, and I believe, and my notes suggest that it was reset to the 14th of August.
And Mr. Regier, is that a reporting or non-reporting probation revocation?
Reporting judge, it's Sharon Teal.
It would have been non-reporting.
Your Honor, my in reviewing the journal entry in the 2969 case, that journal entry would appear to reflect 12 months of reporting probation with court services.
All right, that might be part of the problem, Mr. Fry, if you thought it was non-reporting and didn't report.
Yeah.
All right, so.
The reason why I seen Judge Hart Friday was because he said that you left a message saying that I needed a no bond hold because I missed court on the 24th of April. Or I missed court on 24th of April. I thought it was the 26th. So I got on there on the 26th and I've gone there forever. And remember you left a message with my brother Virgil Fry when he was there, and you said that's when you told me I had to report, but I was thinking it was the 26th.
Okay, well, let's just try to figure out, have he's got some felonies pending or not?
He does have a preliminary hearing set, I believe, for June 21st. That's an actual evidentiary hearing. Jim Watts represents him in that case.
No.
I missed the scroll.
Not Jim Watts? Okay.
It's some lady out of Wichita.
I'm going to have to rewatch it.
All right, so Mr. Fry, what do you believe you have pending?
I got a felony pending, which is the 21st of June will be, the state will dismiss the charges because the state witnesses won't show up.
He would.
There's no charges there. There's no charges there, so that'd be done on June 21st. I already know that. They didn't show up. I already know.
All right, well, that's June 20. Okay, you don't need to tell me the details like that. I'm just trying to coordinate a date that makes sense for all these cases.
Okay, and then
so that's a felony, and I'm not involved in that, so we can handle that separately.
Okay, I was on probation. Okay, I was on probation, and I had 2 new charges. All right.
Yeah, stop talking about your case, please.
On the 26th, and you put a no bond hold warrant on me that date, and that's why Mr. Judge Hart put the no bond hold on me on Friday.
Hold up. Now that, Mr. Regier, he's in reference to to the 296 case, is that right?
He does.
Is
I
that
gotta
the one
get
Judge
Darren
Hart
on
saw
here.
him on?
Come on, you're on.
That is my understanding, Your Honor.
Okay, and so that one is set for revocation on August 14th?
It is set on the pending warrant to show cause after the first appearance last week, Your Honor.
Okay. And then you've got the habitual violator, and that is set on August 14th, or when is that set?
Your Honor, on 23 TR 1010, I believe there is not a subsequent control date set this time. Certainly, if the court does want to set it on the same day as the 22 TR 2969 case, I don't believe that the city would have any objections on that. Similar situation with 23 TR 0647, which I believe is a second driving while suspended case.
Okay, so we have 2 of his 3 misdemeanors set today, Savannah, is that right?
Correct.
Okay, any objection to picking all 3 misdemeanors up and putting them on August 14th? Mr. Patterson, does that, I don't like to set warrants to show cause out that far, but I really don't have any openings. Are you okay with setting that out till then, Mr. Patterson? Other than he's going to be concerned about his bond, and we'll take that up later.
Judge, in talking with Mr. Fry, we had discussed maybe a mid to late July date, but whatever court date Your Honor wanted to give us.
All right, Savannah, what do you have in mid to late July? And I know you don't have anything, but what looks the least demanding?
July 31st. We have 30 right now, so.
So that'd make 33 if we had history. And they may take a little bit of time just sorting through them. And if there's an evidentiary hearing, if you can test that could take a while.
We should have a global plea bargain worked out by that time for everything, Judge.
Savannah, do our afternoons look any better? Our trial dates look any better?
No, our next available for afternoon trials is August 23rd. So.
All right, so what'd you say, July 30th?
July 31st, I believe. 31st. Yep, Monday at 9 a.m.
All right. Mr. Regier, what do you think? Does that work?
No objection as far as the state is concerned. I'm assuming my first question would be if the court is still wanting to maintain the August 14th date on 2969. I would also advise the court that there is yet another case, 23 TR 1636, and it would appear that there is an OR bond executed in that case for a June 7th date.
I don't know anything about that. Are you sure?
And these are all 4 on Mark, not Virgil, right?
It would appear so, Your Honor.
I don't know anything about that one. Where did I get that?
Mr. Fry, hang on. Did he appear on that one already if he's made a bond?
I think it's funky corpus
I believe
collecti.
that the June 7th date would be the first hearing in that case.
Let's appoint Mr. Patterson on that one too, Savannah.
When did I get this?
I don't see a summons in there yet, but.
I don't either.
I thought you said there was a bond, Mr. Regier.
It would appear so, Your Honor. This bond appears to have been
This is just a shit
on
show.
March 14th, 1000 OR.
So they must have arrested him automatically and bonded him. All right, so what's that June date look like? Does it look pretty scary, or can we put him on it for all 4 of them? You probably need a little more time, don't you, Mr. Patterson?
What date was that again? Well, I probably do need the additional time, Judge.
It's first part of June and we're in May 22nd.
It-
All right, Mr. Fry, I'm going to pick up all 4 of your cases. Not physically, but.
Yeah.
And we're going to put them all on July 31st. You have to be here at 8 a.m.
Okay. I know I'm a pain in the ass. I'm not that. I really haven't been that bad. I haven't been that bad.
Well, I haven't seen you or your brother for quite a while, and then now you guys are coming back. Okay, Mr. Regier?
The state has no objection to setting all those over for July 31st, if that's the way the court wants to proceed. However, it does appear that in 2969, subpoenas have already been filed with the court for the August 14th date, so the state would request that that date on that particular case be maintained.
Well, I want them all on the same date.
Should just be Tony Bauer. I'm not sure who else would be subpoenaed for that.
Mr. Regier, do you have anyone besides Mr. Bauer subpoenaed?
That appears to be the only subpoena issued in that case, Your Honor, as far as I'm aware.
Okay, well, I'm sorry to ask you to inconvenience, but I would prefer we set them on July 31st. So if you would maybe consider canceling Mr. Bauer for that date, and let's just move them all to July 31st. Chances are Mr. Bauer may have to be here for the July one anyway, one of those.
I haven't seen this,
My office will make the arrangements.
but based on the
Thank you, Mr.
title,
Regier. Again, I'm sorry for the inconvenience.
we're going to have this defendant's
right.
brother next.
Anything else we need to take up?
And I'm assuming that the June 7th date in the 1636 case is no longer necessary.
Right. The only date I need for Mr. Mark Fry for those 4 cases, July 31st at 8 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Okay. If there's nothing further,
Nothing from the state's perspective, Your Honor.
bonds,
Till then,
Mr. Fry, I'm afraid if you walk out that door, I'm going to have another case on you.
you ain't gonna have none on me. I promise. I put it on my grandkids. You won't have none. They took my truck anyway. I'm not getting it back.
Who took your truck?
You're not going to have any problems,
The
Judge.
kids towing. It said kids towing right now. I owe like $600 to get it. I can't get it out.
We discussed his 4 pending cases.
But I got arrested on this one. I promise you, we won't have another one. Swear to God, I'll put it on my grandkids. Let me prove this one to you once. Let me prove this to you till court. Then you might help
Come
me
on,
out
Judge.
court.
Everyone's entitled to a
I'll
5th
be
chance.
doing good. I promise you that. I've got to
Where do you live these days?
live in Twanda,
Who do you live with?
Kathy Fry, my sister.
She's got a case pending too right now, doesn't she?
She shouldn't. No, I wouldn't think so. And Kathy, maybe her. No, she can't.
What's the other Fry girl's name? No, it's
Hell if I know.
There's some other Fries from here. No, brother, we're not related to.
I'm pretty sure it's Catherine, but I could be wrong. Okay.
It could be driving her driver's license or something. She had to take it, yeah.
Mr. Regier, I don't have all these cases in front of me, so what about bond? I know you said he's on bond in one of them.
The 1636 case, there appears to be a 1,000 OR bond. In the other cases, 0647 looks like the court had ordered a no bond hold after he failed to appear back in April.
That was due to that. He said
looks like there's a 1,000 OR bond that was ordered in the 1010 case, and another no bond hold after the defendant failed to appear back in April in the 2969 case. At this point, Your Honor, I have not seen anything to suggest that the bond should be modified at this time. So I definitely would not be making any recommendations along those lines at this point.
Ms. Lester, I've never failed to miss court. That's my first failure to miss court ever. I swear to God.
No,
You
I
look
don't
it
know.
up. I should. That's my
Look
first
it
failure
up.
to appear.
Like Ramirez hasn't already.
Since I was
I
young.
was a judge.
I know, but I always showed up for court. I always showed up for courts.
Have you ever had a failure to appear?
Okay.
Because the reason why they said a no bond hold was because they said Miss Webster says I missed court on the 24th that I have no bond hold. That's why they said that.
Yeah. That's the way I recall it, you know.
Yeah, that's exactly what he said at court.
And you're saying you missed court that day because
Remember you had Virgil Fry on court, and you told him what my new court date was. It changed. My new court date changed. My court date changed. Remember doing that?
I remember telling Virgil to tell you to get to court.
Yeah.
And that's what threw me off. Was I thought
It's your fault, Judge. Do you remember that?
I came to court 2 days after that. On the 26th, I came to the courthouse, right here to the courthouse. My college court. I had court. That you can look it up. I was
You
there.
came to court. Okay, you missed court on the 24th. You came to court on the 26th.
Yeah, in court.
And they didn't arrest you and put you in jail? Even though you had a warrant for failing to appear.
I guess I didn't know. I didn't know I had it on the 24th.
Well, I
Well,
think
they
maybe,
did.
Mr. Fry, there's some confusion possibly between you, possibly maybe Virgil misunderstood something.
I don't know.
I don't know either. Why don't you and Mr. Patterson get together and figure this out, what you want to do with all 4 of these cases? Maybe your felony, I don't know. But figure out what you're going to do. I'm concerned with the misdemeanors, trying to get them cleared up. And if we can scoop this up, we will. Like I said, I'm afraid if I let you out that door, you're going to get into new charges and you're going to probably miss another court date.
I promise you, I won't. I put it on my grandkids. She's not having a grandkid. I promise you, I won't. You've known me all my life.
Yeah, I just don't remember your track record the same way you do.
Yeah, I don't have no failure to appears though. I've always made it work.
See, I don't remember it that way.
Yeah, but I've always showed up for court. You know, always. I promise you, I have. If you set it up for like $1,500 bond or something, then I'll show up on July 31st at 9 a.m. I swear to God, that person. Just so I can show you that I can do that.
On the 2 no bond holds, I'm going to put them each at 5,000 cash or surety.
Good Jedi mind trick there. Judge, I mean, how can I prove it to you if you don't give me a chance? That's what he's trying to play. It's his best argument of the night. It's still laughably horrible.
So you have to come up with the $10,000 total between you and the bondsman.
So I got to pay the bondsman $10,000?
Yeah, and frankly, Mr. Fry, I'm not feeling real smart about doing that.
Seriously. Go over to Whiskey 77 if you want to see this without me laughing over it. Thank you.
What happened?
Virgil is telling me. Did you all see that message?
What did he say? I missed it.
Go ahead if you wish, Mr. Patterson.
So is there a way we reduce that down to $5,000, please?
I just gave you 5,000 on each one. Okay.
And Your Honor, if I understood the court correctly, that is only in the cases with the no bond hold 0647 and 2969.
Oh my God.
Thank you, Your Honor.
This never ends.
Okay, so a bond is a total of $10,000 with bondsman or without?
I want a professional surety. I want somebody to go after you if you don't show up.
Okay. So
Somebody besides the sheriff.
okay, so how much would that be with the bondsman though? 1,000?
My bond for you is in the 0647 case, $5,000.
Okay.
In
Talk to your
the
attorney.
2969, $5,000.
Okay, so that's $500 pieces. That's
Whatever
$500
the
worth of
bonds will work out.
Okay, all right.
I understand customarily they do want 10%, but that's between you and your bonds.
Okay. I appreciate it. I won't make this a regret, I promise.
Okay.
Swear to God.
Okay.
This is how I'm gonna work. I'm just gonna prove to you that I'm a better man than I used to be. Spurs.
Okay, what date are you coming back?
July 31st at 9 a.m. Right?
Nope.
8 a.m. See?
July 31st at 8 a.m. I don't know who told you that, probably the jailer, but he's not going to be there at your house to tell you that day.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Fry, unless there's something else, you can go.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Wow. That guy.
Well, while
That
we're
was
at it,
pure
shall we go ahead and
entertainment.
take up Virgil Fry.
Thank you, Whiskey 77. Checks in the mail.
How many cases you show for you?
Your Honor, I'm showing 3. Looks like 23 CR 149, 23 TR 0939, and 23 CR 161.
Okay, Mr. Patterson, do you have all of those?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. Mr. Virgil Fry, if you can stop moving, it will help me if you just.
I'm trying to get,
Okay. All right, Mr. Fry, you were sending me a message a while ago that was concerning your brother, Mark Fry. Is that right?
Yep.
And what was it you were trying to tell me?
Okay, my brother's always made his course. I'm the one that's always ringing, not my brother. I've got a lot of 32 peers. I've had
Holy shit.
me down I don't know how many times.
I'm the one you can't trust, not my brother. Trust me.
All right, let's call your cases. Thank you, sir. We are on the record in 2023, CR 149, 23 CR 161, and 2023 TR 939, all captioned
Oh, it's on.
State of Kansas versus Virgil Melvin Fry Jr. Please announce appearances.
Jared Regier on behalf of the state.
Your Honor, Darren Patterson appear on behalf of Virgil Fry, who does appear personally via Zoom audio visual. Judge, the court announced these 3 cases. One of them has a domestic violence battery charge in it, and then there's also one with a violation of a protective order that was a result of that DV case. We are asking to have those set for jury trial, but because the other one is a misdemeanor, we just asked to have them all set for the same pretrial dates and then jury trials. But hopefully we could work something out.
Okay. Do you want the coming up June or the October date?
The June date's fine, Judge. Maybe we could get them worked out sooner than later.
All right, so Mr. Regier, is that all right with you? Set them all for June and see if we can get them worked out.
Your Honor, we are already towards the end of the current month, and it looks like that request pretrial date would be next month. So we are under short timeframes. The state would respectfully request the further out pretrial date.
Well, let's go ahead and put them on there just to see what happens, and then we'll go from there. You should only have, in the habituals, you should only have the officer as a.
I didn't see that. Regier's like, I get it. He's got too many things set and he doesn't want to get them all together. She's like, pound sand, pack them all on there. It'll force people to make decisions. Next.
Witness to subpoena. The DV, I have no idea how many you're going to need.
Oh, this is good on so many levels.
Let's try that, Mr. Regier. The pretrial is June 12th. And the jury trial is June. Savannah, that's 14th and 15th, right?
Correct.
Okay, and Mr. Fry, you have to be here June 12th at 8 a.m. by Zoom. Now, you be available to your attorney if he needs to get a hold of you before then. You hear me?
I will be.
And then the trials are going to be live at the courthouse if we go to trial. But I will tell you, we've got quite a few on that docket, and one will go and the others will not. They'll have to go at that later date. But
I lucked into this one. I hadn't seen it. It is deliciously awful.
you've told me that was you and not your brother that had all those failures to appear over the years. And I appreciate your loyalty to your brother. But like I said, memories differ, to quote Queen Elizabeth, and my memory differs from yours and yours.
I appreciate your loyalty to your brother. I don't believe you, but it is admirable. You're trying to help.
Both, but nevertheless, thank you for, like I said, your loyalty at your brother. June 12th, though, you must be here. Do not miss that.
Hey, June 12th at 8 a.m. at the courthouse or over Zoom?
That one you can do by Zoom, Monday, June 12th. But don't get confused.
Well played, Sheila.
Can you write this down? Do you have anything to write it down with?
I already wrote it down when you said the first time.
Okay, and then if your jury trial goes, it'll be live in person at the courthouse, June 14th and 15th.
13th? 13th, 15th, or 14th? 14th,
Okay,
15th?
Monday, the 12th will be your pretrial. And then on Wednesday, the 14th, we'll start the jury trial live.
Okay. All right.
But stay in touch with Mr. Patterson so he can help you prepare your defense.
I
Or work
will.
the cases out. Okay, and that's on all three of them. Okay, since you told me that you're the one that did all that missing court in the past, make sure you're here this time, like you are today. Okay.
I will.
Anything else, Mr. Regier?
I don't believe so. I'm assuming that's 9 o'clock all across the board on all of those, Your Honor.
For you it is, for him it's 8. He needs to
Thank
be
you,
here,
Your Honor.
Mr. Patterson.
Very good, Your Honor.
Thank you. Okay. Anything else from anyone before I let Mr. Virgil Fry go?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Fry, you're free to go today. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Have a good day.
You too. All right, and the gentleman in the county jail.
Oh, well, there you have it. To think I almost skipped that because I thought, well, it's gonna make the stream a little long. I don't know if I have the juice in me, but you know, I ended up getting the juice in me in the form of a White Claw and a half. That was enough to make me hang out for the extra clip, and I'm glad I did. What a scene! Those brothers were too much. The first guy just kept trying to he kept trying to address Bond. Darren Patterson gave up. He's like, I can't deal with this guy. Just whatever you say, go ahead. I don't care. He knows better, but he knows he can't control him. It was too good. And then you've got the criminal brother coming in and vouching for him. Oh, too much fun. Too much fun. That after Judge Boyd being on fire, and what else do we have? What was it, Conlon? We had the soft sit, laying in bed, you know, dropping his crazy on everybody. Thank you, Tresha. That's really sweet. All right. Well, that went a little longer than I expected, but there you go. Yes, I guess it's a little payback for being out. I did 2 today. I did 2. Both fantastic, if I do say so myself. Top notch. 10 out of 10. All right. Thank y'all for coming out. I appreciate it. I'll see you soon.